So let's jump back into it. Now let's say you got into a call trade over here. As you can see, the market just jumped up right over here at this moment at 10:29, went all the way up, and it started to reverse down, and then it just, if you had held on to the trade for the entire day, it would have been fine. However, most people, they would have probably closed out around here when the market started to reverse after it hit the upper band. Sometimes it's hard to tell where the market is going, but using support and resistance levels, using other indicators, you would be able to tell. But since last week, the levels were kind of off, just because the market was kind of bearish. It was difficult to tell. So if we zoom out and go back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, it would be very difficult to tell. So most people would have probably closed out of that trade over there. However, this wouldn't be too much of an issue if you had created a buffer for your account, knowing that if you lose a little bit, it wouldn't be a big deal because you would have made more than you lost. And by buffer, I mean, let's say you start with $25,000, you grow that account to about $30,000. Let's say it drops a little bit to 2,000. You still have money in there, and that creating that buffer is almost as if a safety net, is almost serves as a safety net. So starting out and starting off is probably the most challenging part. Once you get the buffer, once you start practicing a little bit more, it becomes easy. Now let's look into the market for Tuesday. As we can see, it's a very bearish trend. It comes up, re-entries over here, multiple re-entries, and going up and coming back down for a bearish trend, and staying within that throughout the whole day. This day, you would have probably entered into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 trades, and with a cash account, that's going to be a little bit more difficult because the money that you have as your net liquid amount, isn't the cash that you can trade with. So if you have a margin account, that's usually doubled with the broker that I use, and it will be easier for you to make more trades. Now, moving on to Wednesday, very simple day as well. It starts off very bullish, drops a little bit, and then ends up bullish again. Most people could have exited the trade over here because it seemed like there was a reversal. However, if you stayed in the trade, closed off around here, you would have been fine. Many people may have stayed within the trade for the entire day or closed out around here, and they would have still been profitable. But trading within the first couple hours of the day until about 12 o'clock, it would have been fine as well. 26th, very similar to the day before. And as we can see over here, peak of the day around 1 o'clock. Most people trade from 9:30 to about 12, and in doing so, they would have made their profit and they would have left the market alone over there. Same as 27th. Very simple, only one trade, and most profits would have been made before 12 o'clock. So that's Tesla for this week. Now let's hop into QQQ. Now, if you have a larger account and you want to trade more than one pair, that's a great idea. Many people do that. Many people have a lot of ticker symbols on their watch list and they go through them. So if we look into QQQ with our indicator, which you can get access to if you reach out to us, we can set you up with all of that. As you can see, it goes down. May have been profitable. I probably wouldn't have entered into the trade over here. I'll probably have entered into the trade over here around 9:45. Closed out with either a small profit or a small loss, and then just would have continued to trade throughout the day. See bearish trends, bullish trends. Over here it gets a little bit complicated, but that's why you have to keep an eye on the upper and lower bands. Now, I have my strategy and my way of doing this, and other traders have their own way of doing this, but they can either be profitable if their psychology isn't right, or they can end up losing. As we can see over here, the 26th, a very easy day, a very, very bullish day, one trade for the entire day, and the same as the 27th, just a one trade day. So this was Tesla, and this is QQQ. Today is May 28th. Overall, there would have been a profitable week if you had traded this effectively and the right way with the right amount in your account. This becomes very simple and very easy once you get the hang of it. All it really requires is practice. So the more you practice, the better you get, just like a sport, just like an instrument, just like any other skill. It's a skill set to have. And the good thing about it is that you can paper trade before you actually put more real money in, so that you can get familiar with the trading process, and then you can just switch over, fund your account, and then you can trade from there.